Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Earthbound. In today's episode, we're doing probably my least favorite part of the game, and for that reason, I'm going to speed through all of this. I'll show the first couple transactions here, but basically what this amounts to, as I mentioned in the previous episode, there's a bunch of monkeys standing in the way of doorways, and in order to get past them, you have to give them certain items, and I thought about picking up a skip sandwich, but I forgot to grab that. Most of the items you can actually find in here. I think there's a couple of them that you can't. And obviously the first couple you are going to need to actually pick up the items for them. I did pick up a picnic lunch because I remembered that was one of the things that they wanted. So we can get past this guy if he moves out of the way. But basically you just do this over and over again. And there are items inside. This one is a pizza, which we'll need eventually. And these are some enemies I think we faced way earlier in the game, so they're all running away from us, no need to fight them. And there's just going to be more and more monkeys, so I'm just going to stop talking here, and I'm just going to speed through all this. And this guy wants a wet towel, which we also do not have. But yeah, I'm going to speed through all this because it gets really annoying, and I'll meet you guys back when we've actually gotten all the way through. Alright, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, and we're back, and that area was indeed very annoying. And I got to the very end of it, over here to the iron pencil statue. I looked at my inventory, and I realized I didn't have the pencil eraser, because guess who had the pencil eraser? That's right, Katie had it! And at first I was like, oh crap, I'm screwed. I can't finish the game because I don't have the pencil eraser. But luckily the game designers did think of that, and I looked online and I realized you can actually call Escargot or Express, and they'll actually just say, hey, are you calling about the pencil eraser? And you're like, yeah, and they'll send it to you, because apparently they got it somehow. But yeah, so the game is not impossible to beat if you accidentally had Katie carrying, or whatever you named your female party member, if you had her carrying the pencil eraser, although it would probably save you some time if you made sure to take that off before you got to the department store. Anyways, we're talking to Talarama, the great and powerful monkey, and he's giving us some stuff and telling us to open the treasure boxes, but we already opened them without his permission. But yeah, there's a reason I skipped through all that. There was a lot of running around. I did have to leave the hole at one point because I ran out of items that I could use to get through, so I had to run out and buy some stuff. Luckily the store up there gives you all the items you need to get the rest of the way through the hole. It's just a lot of running back and forth and all that kind of stuff. Luckily the way out is a lot easier. And yeah, there's also one point where you had to pick up a fresh egg from one end of the monkey hole and get it to the other end. You had to know exactly where you were going, so it didn't hatch before it got there, because the one monkey wanted a fresh egg, not a chick or a chicken. So you had to make sure you knew which way you were going to get back to him. So yeah, it's kind of an irritating little bit of the game, and that's why I didn't really want to show it too much, so I just kind of sped through it. There was a little bit of funny dialogue from the monkeys, but I don't think it's worth it to, because I spent so much time backtracking and all this kind of stuff that I really figured I know how this part of the game is, and I know I don't have it memorized. You'd have to play through this area several times to actually memorize how to get through it all the way, but I didn't really want to show it because of that. And this mole seems to always be here, and he always attacks me, even though I can one-shot him and not even get into a battle, which is kind of weird. But anyways, we talked to this monkey. He's going to teach us teleport, and he's going to give us a demonstration. And basically what he does is he winds up and zoom away. Although it really just looks like he walked off screen. But then he'll come back here, and I guess now we've learned teleport, or he's going to ask us to do it ourselves, I guess. You can also build up enough speed while turning if you have enough room. And let's go ahead and try it out. Oh, I didn't realize we were going to be sent right into doing it. I thought we'd have to actually go into the menu and use it. Let's see. PSI, right? Okay. I thought I'd have to go into my PSI and use it, but I guess we have to watch the teacher demonstration again, and then try it again. Because apparently me running into the rock failed the test run there, but let's go ahead and try it again. Alright, and... okay, blah blah blah. Why don't you try it? Oh, nope, we failed again. Okay. I'm gonna skip the dialogue this time, and let's get straight to trying it again. Okay, there we go. I just get caught off guard with it just activating the teleport. Like, I don't even... oops. I'm really sorry about that. I just bumped my microphone. I'm moving my hands while I'm talking, which I probably shouldn't do. You guys can't even see that. I'm like trying to gesticulate and stuff. You guys cannot see that. I don't have a face camera. But anyways, yeah, I didn't expect it to go right from there to me using the PSI. I thought I'd actually go through the menu. Anyways, I'm heading back to Forest Side. We have the trout-flavored yogurt machine. So I'll meet you at the Monotoli building, where we should be able to get in and hopefully find Katie. It's been a while since we've had her. It's been... actually, I mean, she got kidnapped last episode, right? So it's really only been one episode, but it feels like it's been a while. I'll meet you guys back there, okay? Okay, and we're back, and it occurs to me I could have just used teleport, but oh well. We are heading up to the Monotoli building. Do we need to talk to the maid first? We might need to talk to her first, because we do have the... she did ask for the trout-flavored yogurt. If we can figure out where the Monotoli building was. It wasn't this direction. I don't quite have, you know, all the locations of this game memorized. Especially the towns, because they can get pretty big, especially Forest Side. Definitely Forest Side is a really big place, so it's easy to get mixed up where you're going. But that policeman is right there. That means the Monotoli building is here, and here is the maid who is going to give we're going to give her the yogurt dispenser. And yeah, so her room's on the 48th floor. She wants us to come stop by, so we're gonna... yeah, don't forget to drop by. Alright, we're heading up there. So now we have permission to head up the upstairs in the Monotoli building at last. And I have a really hard time figuring out how long we'd be going for this video. So we're going to get up to the top and do all that stuff up there. And then end the episode off after that. I mean, there is a fair bit to do up here, but I mean, I don't know how fast I'm going to have the part where the monkeys go through. Because it did end up taking like 15 minutes, I think, or something like that. But if I speed it up quite a bit, then it shouldn't take nearly that long. So I guess we'll just have to see. And this elevator lady knows who we are because the maid told her, and so we're heading upstairs. And we are going to go ahead and meet with the maid real quick first. And then we want to go find Monotoli and demand that he gives us back our friend Katie. So heading in here, there is a battle coming up, a bit of a boss battle in a second here. Well, actually a couple of them. These robots are security robots, and they want the secret code. I'm surprised the maid didn't tell them that we were coming too. Like, they could have I don't know, disabled the robots or something, but we do have to fight them. These guys can be a little bit difficult. Tick-tock. Okay, I have a feeling he's gonna explode now. We'll see how we do. Oh, he called for help. That's a little bit irritating. Let's use a PSI boom, do a bit more damage. Oh, and it used the bottle rocket. That hurts. Luckily that first one is down, and we are going to want to heal up Ed, probably. That hurt a little bit too, just in case he throws another bottle rocket at us. Let's go ahead and heal up Ed. Luckily that got in before the sentry robot attacked again. It's saying tick-tock again. Is it going to explode or not? Or is it going to go for another bottle rocket, perhaps? Okay, another attack should finish it off. There we go. We are still good on health, so that's good. And then I believe... what room do we need to be in here? Those look like bathrooms right there. I think we're on the right floor. We just gotta figure out which room the maid is in. And luckily if we go back out here, the robot is not back. Oh, and I think this is the same room. I think that's just two different doors to the same room, so there's no point going in there. Someone is having trouble in the bathroom. Okay, and then we're gonna fight another robot. These aren't really boss battles, so I won't be showing these again. Obviously, I've just shown one, so that's good. And that one went down a lot more easily because it didn't call for help. Oh, and two people having trouble in the bathroom. Alrighty. In here, there is yet another robot. And now Ben's at level 42. A couple little boosts here. Nothing too big there. And I believe this other door on the other end is just going to come out over where we were already, back into the hallway, just like that other room. So if we go in this way, and then go up, I think? There's an item over there, so we'll get that. Okay, and then this is a dead end, so we probably do have to go the other way. Sudden Guts Pill, we might use that in the upcoming boss battle, because it can be a little bit tricky. Just in case we need it. Guts will save us from a knockout if we get hit. Okay, and that robot just called for help like so many times. It was ridiculous. Like, I think I just fought 5 robots there. Yeah, it was a little bit annoying. And we're still trying to find the maid here. There she is. Okay. So we talked to her, and she doesn't really have anything for us. I thought she was going to have some kind of item or reward or something, but I guess her getting us into the Monticelli building was the reward. Anyways, here's the boss fight I was talking about. This robot, who seems to be having some difficulties, is actually going to be fairly difficult as a boss fight. It's the clumsy robot that can do all sorts of weird, clumsy things. I'm going to throw a shield up on Ed to start with. We do have a couple of life noodles, so if we do need that, we can use that. Sudden Guts Pill on Ed, so we don't hopefully get knocked out. Hopefully don't get knocked out with Ed. That way, if we need to use a couple of life noodles, we can to revive Ben. And I think we're fine just giving the shield to myself, or giving the shield to Ed, and then I'll keep myself free from that. And then let's go ahead and try the slime generator. Nothing happened there, so that's good. It dodged. That did not work. I don't want to use too much PP, but let's use a Boom Alpha, just in case our attacks don't hit. Yeah, they're missing. I feel like this thing's really hard to hit. Oh, and he's got a PSI shield, too. Let's go for a bash with Ben, and use the shield killer. He ate a bologna sandwich. Yeah, he has healing, too. That's even more annoying. We already used that PSI up, and I want to save some for healing. So let's just go for physical attacks now. He's gonna keep dodging all these. I really should have picked up those bottle rockets. I keep talking about it, but I keep forgetting to pick them up. Okay. Oh, let's see. Try the HP sucker, I guess. I always try these items. I mentioned this last video, I think. I keep trying these items on these boss fights, and they never work, so I don't even know why I bother. I guess we're just going for physical attacks now. And we'll see how we do. Luckily, it doesn't always attack every turn. It's a weird boss fight. It can do a lot of damage like that. It can do a lot of damage like that. Yeah, that's a little bit concerning. Life up beta on Ed, and then shoot. Luckily, it didn't attack that turn, so we can get Ed back up to max HP. Yeah, it can do things like that. Like, yet again, I probably should have let my HP scroll up a little bit there. And Ed is down. Crap. I guess it's just me now. Yeah, we wouldn't have had a chance to get the healing off on him. So, and unfortunately, not luckily, unfortunately, he has the couple life noodles. Maybe I should have given them to Ben. Oh well. He cleaned the area. Ooh, we're getting another smash hit. Oh, there we go. That was it for the boss fight. I was just wondering how I was going to survive this. planning on using the brain food launch, but here come the Runaway 5 who are going to save us from this robot that actually was kind of wrecking our faces here. Oh, and all he had to do was flick the switch on the back of the robot. Why didn't we think of that? And unfortunately, Ben is going to get even more overleveled because yet again, Ed died before the end of the battle. I tried to help him. I gave him the Sun Guts pill. I mean, and I've been giving him the better defense items, but we really need Sky back. Or not Sky. Why do I keep calling her Sky? I need Katie back. We need her powerful PSI so we can take out enemies faster. But luckily, we will be getting her back right away here. We can actually get, because I don't like this text like this. I mean, I could run all the way out and get Ed healed at the hospital, but I don't really feel like doing that at this point. I don't know if you would run into some more robots on the way out, so I don't really want to do that. But the bathroom seems like they're occupied, and they seem like they're having some trouble back there. But anyways, I got Ed back there, and here is Mr. Monotoli, who's a little bit scared of us. We did destroy his quote-unquote source of power, the Manny Manny statue, so he is kind of powerless, and he's shivering back in the corner over there. And he's become so weak since he lost the Manny Manny statue, and he's so sorry, and he's going to return our friend Katie to us. And I guess we're just going to forgive him because he really wasn't a bad guy. I mean, he was mostly the reason he did all these things was because he was corrupted by the Manny Manny statue. So there's really nothing wrong with forgiving him for this. But anyways, we finally do have Katie back in our party, which is good. It's nice to have our team of 3 back again. And pretty soon we'll be having our 4th party member finally joining us. I don't even remember what I named my 4th party member because it's been so long. At this point, we're like, I think this is the 15th episode. And that's only because I've cut out so much stuff and I get a lot done in one episode, whereas if I didn't cut out all the random battles and like other, traveling and that kind of stuff, then we'd probably be closer to like episode 30 or something like that. But yeah, anyways, no, we don't want to hear this whole story. We were tricked by that last episode. Just mashing A and not paying attention is a bad idea. But anyways, pushing the bear in front of the door opens the secret passageway to the helicopter on the roof. Which is actually a pretty neat, a pretty ingenious thing because it stops people from getting into your room. So nobody's going to see where that secret passageway is. But anyways, we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Monotoli. I don't know if we see him again. But he's going to give us the helicopter to head to our next destination. But when we get up here... Oh, the helicopter's starting. Does it have remote start? Or is somebody stealing the helicopter? Gee, I wonder who that could be stealing the helicopter. Who have we seen in this building who is a constant thorn in our side? Oh, it's Pokey. Ben, you pinheaded idiot. You're just half a step too slow. I'm getting out of here. Yeah, and as we can see, I mean, Pokey has kind of been following around the Manny Manny statue, but he seems to be kind of evil on his own. Like, we already destroyed the statue, but Pokey's still kind of a jerk. I don't want to use too mean a word there because I do try and keep my videos semi-friendly, family-friendly if I can. But Pokey is not a very nice person, but and Mr. Monotoli is still hoping he's okay, which I guess that's a fair sentiment. But anyways, we're gonna have another vision here, and maybe. I guess Katie saw something, and she's gonna fill us in a second here. So we need to go to Summers. We need to get back to Threed. So yeah, I guess we're gonna do that next episode. Okay, and we're gonna talk to the Runaway 5, and they're gonna take us back to Threed, I guess. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that this episode, and then we'll end off back in Threed, and from there we will figure out where to go. I mean, I do actually know where we're going, but I will leave that for the next episode for you guys to find out. But we just need to head all the way back downstairs, and in fact, I don't think there's anything really interesting on the way out, so I'll just meet you guys downstairs at the door, so we can get a ride back to Threed. Okay, so apparently Apple Kid is saying that we need to defeat Gygus with something called the Phase Distorter. So he's going to find Dr. Andonuts and team up, and they're going to work on that. So yeah, that'll help us in our quest eventually. Oh, she doesn't mean our autograph. You'll be asking for our autograph once we save the world from Gygus. But anyways, yeah, so Apple Kid and Dr. Andonuts are going to be working on a way to stop Gygus. But in the meantime, we are going to head over to Threed, continue on our own quest to find the 8 sanctuaries. Do we have any coming up? I don't think there are any right now. There is one, I don't know if you can get to it yet, but there is one underneath the Dinosaur Museum. I think you might remember me walking past that, although I didn't go inside yet. But there is one there, but I don't think we're quite ready for that just yet. We'll probably save that for a little bit later. I mean, you really don't have to do your sanctuary locations in any particular order. I mean, other than maybe the first couple, I mean, I know for sure you have to do the first one. But after that, if you skip one and come back to it later, I don't think the game's gonna stop you from doing that. And in fact, you can get to the final one, and it doesn't trigger, the end of the game after that because you missed one along the way. So it's you got to make sure you get them all before that final one, because I feel like the final one is the one you want to be the final one, like the last one you actually get access to. You want the final scene for getting all 8 sanctuary locations to happen there. I feel like that's the best place for it. This is all nonsense to people who haven't played this game before, so I'll keep that to a minimum. But yeah, we do want to make sure we get all 7 before the final one. So yeah, there, like I said, there is one under the Dinosaur Museum. It is in the sewers. Kind of an interesting place for one of those. But anyways, we'll be getting to that in a little bit. But for now, we're taking the long drive back to Threed. I mean, we could have just teleported, honestly, that would have been faster, but we won't turn down a ride on the Runaway 5 bus with them jamming with their music, and of course we don't really need the loud music to keep the ghosts away anymore, but that's alright. And of course we're back here in Threed, where it's actually, once again, a lot more cheerful looking, it's brighter, and everything like that, so they are going to drop us off here, and then I believe next episode we're going to figure out how we're going to get to Summers. If you remember how Ed got here to Threed to find Ben and Katie, then you might remember how we're going to get up to fly to Summers. So anyways, that's going to end off this episode, as long as we don't have any extra dialogue happen after this. Let's see. Yep, that's it. Alright, so I will see you guys in the next episode of Earthbound. Thanks for watching. See ya.